Hey everyone, Chris here with more stories in cardboard. If you're new to my channel, one of the things that I like to do here is I like to look at cards in a different way, as far as just kind of showing you the way that I look at cards and the things that I find appealing about cards and card collecting. Now, one of the things that I really enjoy about cards is I like the visual eye appeal of them. I like the design and the colors and the things that really make a card look visually appealing. But beyond that, I also think that cards tell stories. They tell stories about the players, the teams, and the coaches that are represented on these cards. They're kind of a tie to history, and that's one of the things that I also really enjoy. I also believe that cards tell a story about the people who collect them. You can tell a lot about a card or about a collector by what they collect and the way that they actually look at certain cards and certain sets. So with that, I'm going to for this video, I'm going to get back to doing my set spotlight on the 1955 Topps All-American set. And I have 4 cards that I'm going to share today. And the first card is card number 11, which is former Tennessee quarterback Bobby Dodd. Now, Dodd was one of the early stars in college football when the sport was really starting to grow in popularity. He played at Tennessee for 3 years from 1928 until 1930. And during his time there, Tennessee lost only 1 game. Now, he was a very, very popular player for them and led them to 2 undefeated seasons. And the Tennessee fans even coined a popular phrase where they would say, "In Dodd we trust." He later had a very long and successful college football coaching career at Georgia Tech and was also their athletic director for a time afterwards. Now, the football stadium where they currently play was originally built in 1913, and in 1988 they renamed it after Bobby Dodd. Now, Dodd, he's in the College Football Hall of Fame as both a player and a coach, and is one of only 4 people to have that honor. The other 3 are Amos Alonzo Stagg, Bowden Wyatt, and the old ball coach, Steve Spurrier. Now, just kind of looking at this card, it's a beautifully designed card. You have the Tennessee Volunteer logo up in the upper left-hand corner there, and I love this pear green frame on kind of inset on the white border here that just kind of really frames the black and white picture. And then you have the picture of Bobby Dodd with that orange Tennessee Volunteer jersey and the old style leather helmet. And then of course you have the familiar All-America logo down in the bottom right hand corner. The next card I'm going to show is card number 12. This is Otto Graham. Now, he was one of the all-time great winners in any sport, and after a successful career at Northwestern, Graham was signed by the Cleveland Browns co-founder and first coach ever, Paul Brown, to play for the Browns in the first year that they played in the new AAFC, the All-America Football Conference. Now, Coach Brown may have had an inkling as to how good Graham was, as twice the Paul Brown coached Ohio State Buckeyes had lost to Graham in Northwestern, while Paul Brown was coaching Ohio State in the college ranks. Now, Graham would go on to play 10 years of pro football, 4 in the AAFC and 6 more in the NFL when the AAFC merged with the NFL in 1950. Now, in those 10 seasons, the Browns would play in the championship every single year, winning 7 of those 10, including 4 championships, all 4 championships in the AAFC. Again, you've got that beautiful pear green frame here, and this is just a beautifully designed card. It's got his name is actually in red, which I think really offsets that pear green really nicely. And then you have this kind of highlighted colors that's on his jersey here, which I really think gives the card an added dimension that just really makes the card pop here. Next card is card number 13. This is Aaron Rosenberg. He played for the USC Trojans from 1931 until 1933. He was a two-time All-American and won 2 national championships while playing for USC. After his playing days were over, he became a film and TV producer. He's got a really intense look on his face here, which I find really interesting. And I really like the black and white photo on this card, as it looks like you've got the running back that's kind of making a run through a hole there, through the defensive line. And I love the old school Southern Cal logo that's up in the right-hand corner there also. And then the last card is card number 14 in the set. Interestingly enough, all 4 of these cards have the pear green outline that kind of framed the black and white photo. Now, this may be one of the best receivers you've never heard of. This is Gaynell Tinsley, and he was a tremendous athlete who was a 2-time consensus All-American at LSU in 1935 and 1936. He was drafted by the Chicago Cardinals in 1937 and played for them in 1937, 1938, and 1940. He missed the 1939 season when he tried his hand at minor league baseball for a season. Now, during his rookie season in 1937, he set the receiving record for a rookie and was selected a first-team All-NFL player that year. And then in 1938, he kind of picked right back up where he started, and he was among the league's best receivers again, and actually tied a single-season record for receptions that was set by Packer great and Hall of Famer Don Hutson 2 years prior to this. Kind of amazing to me that he, after having these really 2 successful seasons, he decided to go try his hand at Major League Baseball. He returned to the Cardinals in 1940, and unfortunately, like happened to a lot of players during this time period, he had a knee injury that ended his season and also ended his career. Now, he ended up retiring, and at the time of his retirement, he ranked 4th in the NFL for career receptions, and that's even though he only played for 3 seasons. And at the time of his retirement, he was considered, along with Don Hutson, as 2 of the greatest receivers of all time at that point. He's also a member of the 1930s NFL All-Decade team. Now, one of the things about this card is there are actually 2 versions of this card. There is one that mistakenly has the error and has the bio of Wizard White on the back of the card. And the Wizard White card also has an error that has Tinsley's bio on the back as well. I don't have the error cards. I just wanted to have the actual cards in my collection, and I do think the error cards carry a little bit of a premium. Anyway, those are my stories for today. I hope you enjoyed them, and until next time, take care.